Phil's beat up on the Tigers, as they should. Another day off tomorrow. And then a big series against the Braves on Friday. So hopefully they can do something with them. We'll see. And continue winning. So anyway, you went to the animal hospital this morning, huh?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I don't believe in old buzzards.
I know this. But boy, that's a short one.
I know.
Okay.
I went back to 3.4.9 in Protocol 1.
I heard you mention that the other morning. Why?
I don't know. Just wanted to go back and see what it was like again. And I like having the Alex button and changing the transmit profile automatically when you switch modes. And it seems like pure signal stays in a little bit better with this. So I want to... And they went up a couple of firmwares since I used this last... Man, it's been like, I don't know, 8 or 9 months since I've been using that Thetis, I guess. Now they're up to, 2.7. I was on 2.3 before. So, they've had a few more firmwares. I don't really know what the differences are, but I figured I'd come back to this and use this for a while. So, I mean, that's the cool thing about having both protocols. But what did I do? I put, I had some stainless steel hose clamps, real little ones. I put the hose clamp on that surge suppressor out there and put the grounding wire underneath it, tightened it real good, makes a good connection, and I used some spray electrical tape, a couple of coats on that to weatherproof it, so that's working good.
Oh, okay, I guess that works too. Yeah, when you sent me the picture of it, I saw the jam nut on there, the lock nut, and first the idea that came to mind was just putting an eyelet on the ground wire, but I guess that'll work too. And I guess he obviously didn't ruin this one installing it.
Well, the problem was that nut. The nut was the one that I broke. Is the same. That nut can't move. That's part of the way they put it together at the factory. And that thing is like welded onto the case. You can't move that nut. So that's not a removable nut. So I would have had to put the eyelet between the F connector and that nut. And then I was worried about maybe that center conductor wouldn't go all the way in.
I gotcha, yeah. Understood. I thought that, okay, yeah, I was thinking that nut moved. But I guess they put that nut on there to give you something to, put a wrench on and tighten the male connector, the F, whatever it is, the F connector, the male side, and gives you something to hold on to. Okay. Yeah, I thought that thing moved. I got you. Oh, okay, well, that's good. And I guess it's working all right.
Well, I don't know. We'll see. You just never know with one of those things of actually protect you. But that company's got a really good reputation. I mean, they make all kinds of surge suppressors, and they have a very complicated, comprehensive spec sheet on those things. Ernie's been to their factory in New York. They're made in the U.S. when he used to work for do telecom wiring and stuff. So, it's a well-respected company. So I'm sure it's not a joke that unit. So I got that in the line, grounded, and I got an HDMI surge suppressor coming out of my cable box that goes to the surround sound receiver now. So that's, any more than that I can't do. Oh, I'm using pure signal now. Hold on, let me shut that off. All right, no pure signal. Yeah, pure signal was kind of weird on on AM too with Thetis. With this, it locks right in and it stays perfect. See, now I got it on, pure signal, pure signal, pure signal. Now I shut it off, and it always stays locked in. You know how sometimes with Thetis it loses it?
Yeah, no, yeah, and then it'll like go away until you unkey. Like it won't like do any correcting until you unkey, and then you'll key again and it'll start working again.
Yeah, this doesn't. The 3.4.9 doesn't do any of that stuff. I mean, it's just there's no glitches in this. So I think I'm going to stick with this for a while, unless I want to go back for some reason. But it's so simple to go back and forth that. But I think I'm going to stick with this for a while. So. I was watching this movie, Blue Velvet. It's free on Amazon Prime. I think I've seen it before. Did you ever watch a movie? Maybe it's just me because I'm old. Like it takes like 15 or 20 minutes and you're really not sure you might have seen it before?
Yeah, that's happened to me before. I don't remember specifically what movie, but yeah, that's definitely happened. That's definitely happened. I haven't watched that Apollo thing yet that we were talking about the other day. I'm going to watch that. Maybe I'll watch that tonight. I don't know. That's what I said the last time we were talking about it. Maybe I'll watch it tonight, but I never did. But since there's no baseball on tonight, maybe I will. But actually, the Nationals are playing tonight. I might watch that game. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to watch. There's so much to choose from. I guess they're playing a doubleheader today, so they have the second part of the doubleheader this evening. But yeah, that Apollo film looks really cool, and I guess it was the anniversary of it, right? So that's why there's been all this talk about it as of late.
Yeah, 50th anniversary of when they landed on the moon in '69, Apollo 11. Oh God, I remember watching that. I'm so damn old. Well, it was free when I watched it. I went, but I only got halfway through it. I went to watch it the next day. Now I got to pay $3.99. So it's not free anymore. Maybe it's free to you, but it's not free to me anymore. So if I want to watch the rest of it, I got to pay to watch the second half. $3.99. So I don't know what I'm going to do tonight. I'm going to watch something. I watched a little bit of that Mueller hearing today. It's so cool on the iPad, man. I'm sitting there. Well, I could do the same on my laptop, too. Watch the Phillies game, and I was watching that on the big screen. And, man, that guy's ready for I don't know if you saw any of that. He's ready for a nursing home, that guy. He's an embarrassment. I bet you the Democrats are sorry they called him up there. That guy is like, can you repeat that? What was that again? And it's like, man, he's ready for the nursing home.
Yeah, I was watching some of it. He has a hard time talking, stutters a lot. A lot of the repeating, can you repeat, what, huh? And, yeah, man, he's real hard to understand, you know, because of the way he talks. And I don't know, like lack of articulation, you know, like, I don't know, he just sounded like he was 150 years old. And it's almost like, how can you take this guy serious? You know, but I watched some of it, and I started feeling bad for the guys because I started drilling him, and he's just like, looked like a deer in headlights, so I felt awkward for him, so I couldn't watch it anymore.
Well, I'll tell you, you got to give Trump credit, though, no matter how you feel about the guy. That guy is amazing, the energy that he has. He never looks tired. I mean, he just goes and goes and goes, and he'll talk to anybody, and all the times he's out there at the helicopter, man, answering all these questions. I've never seen somebody, I cannot remember a politician his age that has got as much get up and go as that guy.
Good evening, gentlemen. KB8SMU.
What the hell's that?
I don't know, but I heard Shane out there. Good evening, Shane, KB8SMU. I don't know, somebody's throwing a carrier with It sounds like a furnace, blast furnace in the background. But I heard Shane from out there in Ohio jumped in there, KB8SMU. Good evening to you. I'll turn over to you in a minute. Yeah, you're right, Pop. Yeah, Trump, he's got some energy, that guy. He's not the brightest crayon in the box. But he's in his mid-70s, I think. So yeah, he's definitely got some energy. And good evening to you, Shane. I'll turn it over to you. KB8SMU in the group. W3MMR.
Well, good evening. I'm on a little bit of a staycation, so I thought I'd jump in here and see if anybody was in here. I did some mods of this radio, seeing if it was still sounding good or maybe even sounding better.
Sounds good on this end. I'm trying to remember. It seems a little louder. I'm not copying you on the QTH real well, so I haven't listened to you on WebSDR, but it seems a little louder, maybe. Like I said, though, I have a short memory and not the best memory. But it definitely sounds okay on this end. I'll turn it over to you, Pop, see how you're copying. If you're copying Shane out there, W2SDR,
KA3PTX.
Okay, Ed just broke in. His signal opened up down on 75, too. Hi, Shane. Yeah, you're not real strong here. You're about an S8 or 9, but it sounds fine. Audio sounds okay. You're pretty much on frequency, so let us know what you did to it. KB8SMU and Shane, and then turn it to Ed, KA3PTX, W2SDR.
Alrighty, yeah, I just did the audio mods to it, and the ones on the internet that Timtron has on there, and probably everybody else has done too, and change the resistor so I can run a crystal mic D104 on it. Yeah, just different caps in the audio section. But okay, hopefully you guys are still hearing me. Like I said, I only got a 100-watt carrier. I know it's not enough to get across country, but it's working. Alright, I'll send it over there. Guy that broke in there, his name was Dave. Speaking of memory, I can't remember what you just said. But anyway, yeah, everything seems to be working on this thing, so like I said, I'm on a little staycation, so I got a little bit of time to get on the radio, and I can hear real good throughout the morning and mid-afternoon. Of course, I got some kind of man-made generator from somewhere that around 6, 7 o'clock it kicks in. When the band gets going, it kicks in. It's somebody's air conditioner with a leaky capacitor or something, some kind of connection. I don't know what it is. But anyway, I'll send it back over to, I think he says his name is Dave, and we'll go from there. And this is KB8SMU.
KB8SMU.
And the group KA3PTX, which I got.
Yeah. Hello, Shane. I don't think we worked before. The call doesn't sound familiar. We're usually down on 3705.
Don't usually get it this way too often.
But anyway, nice to make your acquaintance. Handle here is Ed, Echo Delta, and QTH is Wilmington, Delaware. We're running about 300 watts tonight on a Class D transmitter, R390A receiver. And hello to Perry, W3MMR and W3SDR. Yeah, Perry, we met at the Mullica Hill Ham Fest.
Yes, so.
I think we were taking your novice exam at that time. 2 or 3 years ago, maybe. 2 years, maybe.
We didn't have a novice then.
Yeah, as I was kind of passing through the shack, had the receiver on, and heard Frank's voice there. I hadn't talked to him in a long time. I'm not going to hang in here long, but I did want to say hello. And enjoying the nice weather. It was brutal over the weekend. Couldn't stand it. Stayed in the house most of the time. But now I can get out and about, and just got back from a motorcycle ride, and gonna do a little work in the garage in a bit. So over to Perry, W3MMR in Chester. This is Ed here in Wilmington, Delaware, KA3PTX.
I'll be back in a couple minutes. I got to run upstairs. Go ahead, Perry.
All right, hurry up. OM. Yeah, good evening, Ed. KA2PTX, W3MMR. KA3PTX, excuse me. Yeah, I guess it was about 3 years ago now. Last time we met. Last time and first time. We were at the Hamfest. I don't know, yep, I was taking my technician exam at the time. But I've since upgraded, and here we are on 75 meters. Yeah, I'm up here in Delaware County in Chester. We're on the edge of Chester and Parkside. Right in Chester Park. And just on the ANAN this evening, 200D, and little ALEB, run about 150 watts of carrier, and just enjoying my day off. I had a day off today. Definitely enjoying the weather. Last week was brutal, that's for sure. Friday and Saturday was horrible. And seemed like Sunday was a little bit worse, but since I was off, I didn't really trug outside and didn't do much. I pretty much vegetated on the couch and stayed tuned into the television for most of the day. But it sounded good up here at Big Signal. Band's pretty quiet this evening. This is a nice change. Being the time of year. But yeah, I guess the Hamfest is coming up. I guess in a month or so. I guess it's in September. I believe. Let me look it up. Let's see if I can find the date real quick. Sunday, September 15th, so it's a day after my birthday. And it's on a Sunday, so that's good. I don't have to work. So I will be attending again this year. Maybe I'll take my extra. I was studying for it, but then I got wrapped up in the boat anchor stuff and started messing around with that. I picked up a DX-100, an NC303, and was busy restoring those, and kind of got sidetracked and stopped studying, so maybe we'll start hitting the books again. But anyway, keep it moving around here. Shane, yeah, you're sounding good, man. Still trying to knock, I guess, on the FT101, they're sounding pretty good. You might have I don't know if it's just me, if I'm hearing this, you're not really that strong. You might have a little bit of a 60 cycle hum. I don't know if anybody else is hearing that, but it might just be me. But nevertheless, you sound real good. Anyway, turn it back over to you, Pop, see if you're back yet. And if not, pick it up, Shane. Over to you, W2SDR in a group, W3MMR. Guess he's not back. Pick it up, Shane. KB8SMU, W3MMR.
I probably do have a hum. This thing has the original floater caps. Everything on it's original. So yeah, it needs a whole couple weeks.
I'm back now.
But it's that's in the future, like everything else, you know. All my other stuff that I got laying around here that's supposed to be in the future, it's on the list too. I did order from Amazon a cheap Chinese cap kit, a bunch of electrolytics, you know, and again, they're just cheap Chinese junk, but most of them should work. I gotta get a ESR meter to check them. Don't have one of them either, but I'm getting my bench together little by little. Got an old tube-type signal generator that kind of got it working. An old scope I got working. Transistor tester. It's old half table. I got all this ancient stuff. I need to get some modern stuff. But until then, this stuff will get me through. But anyway, I won't hold it. I'll take it over. Go back over to Ed there. KA3PTX, I do believe. I'll send it over to you. This is KB8SMU.
Okay, Shane. KB8SMU and the group KA3PTX. Yeah, you're a little light here. I guess you run 100 watts, so it's a little light in here into Wilmington. I got some local noise, so I'm copying 100%, but you're not as strong as the other guys. They're a little closer in too. So, but yep, making a trip to Wilmington. So nice to make your acquaintance there. And yeah, Perry, I guess it has been 3 years. And I don't know, gosh, I don't know if I've been to the Mullica Hill since then. I'm pretty sure I didn't go last year for some reason. But the year after that, I'm not sure. I may go this year. That was like the only ham fest I was going to. I mean, there's really no others all around. There's no Timonium anymore, any of those other ones we used to go to, so yeah, I usually hop on the Harley and ride over to that one. This keeps me from buying boat anchors. You can't bring them back on the motorcycle. But got too many here already. But nice to, it's only like, less than an hour drive, 45 minutes or something, and, yep, you grab a burger or something there and soda, walk around. Yeah, Roger, on Parkside there. I think your Papa spent some time there in Upland or Brookhaven, somewhere around there. And I was born in Trainer. I was born in Trainer, then moved to Wilmington, so familiar with that area. And yeah, good on the extra class there. Well, what I did is I was traveling a lot for work at the time. I was wanting to get my extra class, and I was just sitting on airplanes, sitting in airports, a lot of idle time, and I just brought the extra class book with me, and I just like, whenever I was on the plane or sitting around or waiting for the gate, or I just kept going over and over the questions and highlight a highlighter. I would highlight the question or the answer, the correct answer out of the multiple choice things. I just basically kept reading it over and over and over until it was beaten into my brain. And then I took a couple of the online exams that you can take, and once I started passing those, I'm like, okay, I'm ready. I went down to Christiana Hospital, took the exam there. So, anyhow, yeah, that's right, you were taking your technician at the time now, I remember. And Frank, what have you been up to there? I haven't talked to you in a long time, although I haven't been on that much, to tell you the truth. Here and there. I was on 3880 with Chuck and Glenn GPE one night, and then one other night 3705 with Steve. But really, I'm not even averaging one contact a week. Maybe like 2 or 3 a month. Getting on the air anymore. Well, it's summertime. I usually like to be fiddling around outside, and so anyway. Hurry, pick it up. Oh yeah, and good on the DX-100 NC303. So you're going to put together a little boat anchor, receiver, transmitter station with those two, in addition to your ANAN. I think you might have some other stuff over there too. W3MMR in the group KA3PTX.
I'm going to pick it up. Hurry.
Go ahead, pick it up, Pop.
Yeah. W2SDR. Yeah, you're very strong here. I've got a great copy on you, Shane. You're 10 to 15 over. I'm blessed with a very low noise level. It's down about 3 to 4 most of the time. Perry will tell you that. So you're very Q5. Yeah, you got a little bit of hum. I mean, if I don't know, you order those capacitors from Amazon. It's not rocket science. It doesn't require really good high quality capacitors. But except in the high voltage supply, there's 2 big ones in the back. I have Panasonic computer grade ones I put in there. And it's kind of a lot of trouble replacing all those capacitors. I made sure I put real good ones in my FT101. If I'm going to go through all that trouble of changing them, I don't want cheapies in there, because good ones are not that much more expensive. And some of those kits are, I don't know, some of them seem overpriced to me. Maybe it's just the ones I looked at, just because some guy happens to take them all out and put them in a box. I don't know why it's not hard to find which ones you need and order them separate. But, a lot of guys go for those kits, the capacitor kits, and I guess in a way I could understand them. Back to you, Shane. W2SDR, go ahead.
All right, yeah, I didn't order any capacitors for the high voltage stuff. These are just low, under 50 volt. Yeah, they're just a kit. I forget what it was, maybe $15 or something.
Well, the hum is being caused by the ones he didn't order.
I forget how many in it, 350 or 400 or something. I mean, there's a bunch of them. So they're just cheap Chinese stuff, but yeah, they work. I gotta get a ESR meter. They're really check them out, but they're more for just playing around with stuff, tinkering with stuff, not in any of the good radios. I got 1,000 different radios here I tinker with, but the good ones here, I'd buy quality caps for it, especially the high voltage stuff. But okay, I think it's kicked over Perry, so we'll let him pick it up and get back in rotation. Anyway, back to you, Perry. W3MMR, this is KB8SMU.
Yeah, KB8SMU W3. MMR. Welcome back, Father. And yeah, Shane, your signal's picking up. It is getting later, so that is to be expected. Yeah, and I actually have the stations over there all together. I was on it. I was talking to it for I haven't been on it in probably 2 weeks because of the heat. It's not that cool out here in the shack, so I've been haven't had the stuff fired up. But no, I spent a lot of time with it, and spent a lot of time on the air with it. I guess I've had them now for. I've had the DX-100 for, probably 6 months, and the NC303 for about half of that time. But put a lot of work into the DX-100. It wasn't in working condition when I got it. Tony NY3R was nice enough to give me 2 of them. One was in a lot better condition than the other. So one is basically one is a parts rig, and the other one took a bunch of work to get it going. But I'm real happy with the way it's come out, and like I said, put a lot of hard work into it. It sounds pretty good. Maybe if you guys will still be around the next one, or maybe I'll switch over to it. Yeah, I'm real happy with it. The bug bit me pretty hard with it, so definitely interested in the. It definitely interests me, that's for sure. And I haven't messed around with vacuum tubes since school when I was in the Navy, so. And I never had any bone anchor stuff up until this point, so there was definitely a learning curve, but I caught on to things pretty quickly, and with help from the old man there, got things going and working pretty well. But yep. Anyway, we'll keep it moving around here. I actually have to make a phone call, so I'm going to step out here, but I'll be back in about 2 minutes, so it won't be a long phone call. I just got to make a quick call back, so I'll turn it over to you, Ed, and we'll keep it moving around. KA3PTX,
W3MMR in the group, KA3PTX. Okay, Perry. Yeah, I was just looking at your website. I think there's a picture of you and your dad at Mullica Hill. Black and white shot. I think that's Mullica Hill. Anyway, yeah, Shane, your signals come up and accompanying just fine now. So, and Frank, wonder what you've been up to over there. Still bicycle riding and all that good stuff. And anyway, my buddy, remember that guy that, my friend of mine that's like crazy rider that rides like 20,000 miles a year, stuff like that, back-to-back century rides and at 212 miles in one day and all that crazy stuff. He's my age, but anyway, he had a bad crash, crashed right there at Marsh Road and I-95. Coming down that little slope on Marsh, and broke his hip, had a total hip replacement. So he's been laid up for a while, and he's really jonesing to get on the bike. I mean, that guy rides. I think you said he's riding away from something. Anyway, and now that he's down with the broken hip and total replacement, he's kind of going out of his mind. So, anyway, let's see, boy, rotation. Perry went to get the rotation originally was Frank, Shane, me, Perry, but Perry just turned it to me. I think it goes to Frank, because Shane made a transmission, Frank made a shorty. I don't know. Frank, straighten it all out. I'm going to turn it to you, W2SDR and the group KA3PTX.
Well, we're usually breaking, but this roundtable's okay. I'll get it and I'll turn it to Shane, and he can turn it to Perry. By that time, he should be off the phone. Yeah, well, your buddy, I'm sorry to hear about his crash. I haven't been riding a bike that much. I haven't ridden my bike since Memorial Day. I've been jogging and walking and jogging about 5 miles a day. So I'm switching over to that because I had my knee replacement about 1.5 years ago now. And it's turned out great. And now I could walk and jog long distances that I couldn't do for many years with my knee being so bad. But now I can. And so I've taken kind of a break from the bike. So, no, I'm just I'm volunteering a couple times a week. I volunteer at an animal shelter, Humane Society, Salem County, 1 day a week. And I volunteer at the emergency room at the hospital in Elmira 1 day a week. So that's what I'm doing to keep myself busy. Of course, the motorcycles are long gone. Boats are long gone. And that's about it. Just me and the cats, man. And my same old routine, pretty much on the radio. Over to you, Shane. And those high voltage capacitors really should be replaced. They're an accident waiting to happen. And you can get ones that are actually smaller than that and have 3 to 4 times the capacitance of those old jobs that are in there now. And that's probably exactly what's causing your hum, is those capacitors. KB8SMU in the group, W2SDR.
That is probably it. Like I said, it's on the list. The list gets bigger and bigger every day. But yeah. When I get this radio, I get a handle cost for $200 or something, and I figured it wasn't even gonna work at all. And before I plugged it in, I took a look and I was like, all the original capacitors, original everything. But I don't think anything was screwdrivered, even though there's a 11-meter crystal in it, and it wouldn't receive only 11-meter switch on the band. It was down in 10A, so I'm missing my 10A crystal, which is, of course, the most important, at least for me. But I definitely need to replace them. And plus, this amp I'm running, the old Heathkit 201, it's got the original capacitors in it, no Harbach mods, no nothing. It's original too, and it's still chugging along. But like you said, when they go, they short out, it just it ain't gonna be good. But anyway. The Roundtable, I can't remember which way it's going either. Like Frank said, usually just the break-in back and forth is what I like to do anyway. So I'm going to send it. I think Perry, he took the phone call, so maybe Perry's back. We'll find out. W3MMR, this is KB8SMU. Be back.
Hold on one second. Alright, KB8SMU, W3MMR, just switched over to the DX-100. It's been a while since I've been on this thing. I gotta remember how to use it. Hello, radio. Alright, everything looks okay. Everything's plates dipped, grid's peaked, and we're not slamming the bass line, so everything appears to be okay. So anyway, this is the DX-100 with just a D104 plugged right into the front. Did most of the popular modifications to it: coupling caps, negative feedback, grid resistor, retubed the whole thing with all new old stock RCA tubes, repainted the whole thing, fixed bias on the modulators, on the 1625s. God, it's been so long, I can't even, well, it hasn't been that long, but it's been long enough that I can't remember everything I did to it. But I painted it, cleaned it up real nice. It looks real good. Real happy with it. I think it sounds half decent. And it was kind of my goal. I didn't want to, hi-fi it. I didn't want to, I kind of wanted to keep it original. Use a D104 with it. No rack gear. Because, I kind of feel that if you're going to be on something from the 1950s, it should be, it should sound like something from the 1950s. I don't want it to sound like my ANAN, because if I want to sound like my, hi-fi and perfect audio, real wideband, I'll just switch over to the ANAN. Kind of into it for the experience of it as well, but Like I said, I was real fortunate to have it given to me by Tony, which I'm very grateful for. And then I found this NC303 on Craigslist. The guy was selling a whole bunch of stuff. He buys and sells a bunch of tubes, and he got this in a deal. He had this and a Johnson, and I was going to buy both of them, and then I ended up just getting the NC303 and brought it back. It cleaned up real nice, repainted the cabin on it as well. Besides that, it's as I got it, as I bought it. And my father's seen both of them, but the NC303, it's a beautiful rig. 20, 40, 80. Well, I've only used it in 20, 40, and 80, but the only thing wrong with it is the dial cord for the band switch. But it's such a pain to. I have new dial cord, but it's such a pain to replace. I just assume if I'm going to change bands, which I rarely do, 99% of the time it's on 75 meters, I could just lift the lid up and rotate the drum. So I haven't got around to switching the dial cord yet. So anyway, yep, it's a DX-100. Here it is. We'll keep it moving around. I'll turn it over to you, Ed. KA3PTX, W3MMR.
W3MMR in the group, KA3PTX. Very good, Ferry. It sounds great. And I'm looking at it right now on your web page. Did you redo that front panel, or is that? I mean, if you did, that's a beautiful job. Or was it that? I mean, it looks brand new.
No, I didn't redo that. Both front panels are original. The only thing I refinished were the cabinets.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah. And I think that black and white shot is actually of you and your dad was at Malacca Hill. I mean, that looks like the time that I saw you 3 years ago. Maybe it's just Malacca Hill. I mean, they all look probably the same, but I think that's, you kind of had the radio and everything on your shoulder, and pretty sure when I saw you. So that black and white shot might have been the day I saw you last. Maybe, maybe not. But yeah, good on the 303. I never had one of those. I had a bunch of Nationals, HRO 5s and NC 109s and things like that. But anyhow, I never had a DX-100. I have a Valiant here, and had an Apache briefly, but yeah, kind of the same class as the DX-100 there. And I guess they made an A and a B, or maybe a DX-100 and a DX-100A. I'm not real familiar with them. Now, I think there was actually an English version. It was only sold in England. It was a DX-100U, I think is U, and it looks a little different. It's got like the Heathkit green on the front and stuff. I don't know if you ever saw one of those. Kind of rare because they really only marketed overseas, but occasionally you see one turn up over on this side of the pond. Well, I'm surprised with your age there and being in the Navy that you actually saw any vacuum tubes. I thought they were probably long gone by the time, except for maybe real high power applications, by the time you were in the Navy there. But very good. I think Shane said he was signing, but I'm not sure. Anyway, I'm going to drop out of here because I want to go out and do a few things out in the garage and then grab some dinner. My wife's at the pottery class tonight, so I'm on my own here for dinner. And good on the Navy, doing well, Frank, and you're walking and jogging great. It's good. So, all right, I'll listen out here, and I just was kind of heard you guys on, hadn't been on say hello in a while, so jumped in. So, let's see if Shane's still there. I'm not sure. If not, I guess Frank would pick it up. KB8SMU. And the group KA3PTX will say 7-3. Be listening out.
Alrighty, Ed. Nice to make your acquaintance on here. And hopefully I'll be getting on here a little bit more, especially this winter. But, yeah, I didn't say I was going, but I think I might now. But, yeah, I got this 101. I got the, I call them 706 that I bought a couple years after I got licensed back in the early 90s. And picked up another yard sale find, Tentec Omni D. These are my 3 radios I have to work with. I do want to get me a real boat anchor one of these days. Going back to Perry's boat anchor conversation there is where I was going with this. But yeah, I don't see it happening in the near future, but hopefully one of these days I get an old Johnson or something. I keep looking at and going to all the ham fests around the area, and one of these days something will show up. I wasn't going to buy this amp, but like I said, it was at one of the ham fests I went to is actually in Pittsburgh, and yeah, I'm always buying. Just today I went to a flea market in Little Girl. What was it called? A Bowframe. One of the first models out. It was only $10, I think. Works perfect. But, yeah, like I said, I don't look, so most of the time when I get this stuff, I'm not even looking for it. It just happens to be there. But anyway, yeah, I think I'll make this my last one. Send it back over to Frank. Yeah, KA3PTX. W3MMR and KD2SDR, I do believe. Send it back over to you, Frank. 7-3, everybody. Catch you next time.
Okay, 7-3 and 7-3 Ed, 7-3 Shane, 7-3 Perry. Go ahead, Perry. W2SDR.
Yeah, there you go. Take care, guys. Let's switch back over to the ANAN. It's way too hot to be running other stuff. Temperature raised like 7 degrees just by having it on. Making one transmission with it. So, let's switch back over here. But anyway, take care, Ed. Good talking to you. And hopefully we'll talk again real soon, or maybe I'll see you at the Ham Fest again this year. Shane, take care. It's always a pleasure to hear you on here, that's for sure. And anyway, Papa, I guess you're signing as well. I'm probably going to get out of here too. And go continue my relaxing, enjoy the last few hours of my day off. Maybe turn a movie on or something. But back over to you, Pop, W2SDR, W3MMR.
Yeah, I'll catch you. Turn your 8 DMR on. I'll catch you upstairs.
All right, no problem. We'll catch you. Take care, gentlemen. W3MMR. Clear.
Yeah, 7-3 all around. Ed, Shane, Perry, enjoyed it this evening. Have a great night, everyone. W2SDR is pulling the virtual plug.